Describe your sound in 3 words.
3 words. I would say loud, emotional, psychedelic.
Ah, nice. How did you come up with the name, The Flaming Lips?
We just made it up in a panic. We still thought that we would come up with something better. But, it was funny that people liked it after a while. And so we thought, well, then we wouldn't worry about it. And now I think people think it's a great name, even though I don't think it's a very great name. But
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it's silly, yeah.
Here's a question from a fan. Are you going to come out of a vajayjay on stage?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not a real one. I mean, it's a giant LED-lit cosmic woman who, she's not really giving birth to us. I think she has like a cosmic orgasm and it gets squirted out. That's what's happening. Yeah.
Are you going to be bringing the full live Flaming Lips experience to Singapore? Because we know it's going to be at Marina Bay Sands, so they have a tendency to really go out. So is it going to be just a full live show, or are you going to be toning some stuff down? Or
I mean, I'm assuming that we're going to be able to bring all this stuff with us to make it a full extravagant, over the top experience. I think that's why we agreed to do it. I think in the past there's always been logistical reasons why we couldn't get all this stuff from Japan and all that sort of stuff there. So I think we've worked it out that everything that we want as part of our performance will be there in Singapore. Yeah, and that would include the giant space bubble and laser beams and just things that just enhance our time together. I mean, I want it to be a magical freak out, and I think it can be without all the stuff, but when you have the stuff there, it's a little bit more, I don't know, it's a little bit more unique. It's a little bit more just like our show. Instead of it being, a traveling bunch of musicians, it's a very concise, powerful blast. There's a lot of stuff that we've been working on in the performances, for a long time, and they're pretty dynamic. So yeah, I think it's going to work. Yeah.
Woo! I think everybody's really, really excited about that. The full show is going to be awesome. What does the Singaporean audience have to do to become the best place you've ever played ever?
Well, I don't know. A lot of times what makes it so perfect are things that you really can't predict, I don't really want to make demands on them. I really just want them to sit there and listen. But for me, the shows are always spectacular. It's all the moments in between. And so, for me, if we really enjoy, if our plane doesn't crash into some skyscraper, if we don't get, abducted by the Asian mafia or something like that, I'm sure we'll have a great time. It looks like a fucking fantastical fantasy of a city. I can't imagine people going there and not having the time of their lives, even people who aren't in the Flaming Lips. So if we don't get diarrhea, it'll be the greatest thing ever.
Okay, here's another fan question. Are you still waiting for Superman?
Right. That's funny that you mentioned that. That has just become a movie that has just been released here in America. I'm not sure where they are getting this song title from, but I am always waiting for a Superman, and then I realize that I'm waiting for a Superman, and then I stop doing that. I think that's kind of the message that I'm singing about. I don't think I'm singing it to somebody. I think sometimes, when you're singing songs, you really are singing to yourself. You're singing about these things that you want to permeate a deeper part of your consciousness or something. And so, yeah, I think I probably am. I don't know it yet, but I probably am, yeah.
You have covered Queen, The Who, Pink Floyd. What other awesome music legends would you cover?
We have done Black Sabbath's Paranoid. We did Queen and David Bowie doing Under Pressure. We have done some of the music from The Who's Tommy. We've done all kinds of music, though. I mean, a lot of it, sometimes we just pick a song that we like and we just play it. I remember playing that Gnarls Barkley song a couple of years ago when it was out.
Crazy, you mean?
Yeah. What would say it again?
Was it the song Crazy? That make me crazy.
Yeah, Crazy. Yeah, exactly. Everybody wanted to sing that. Yeah, I don't want to sing it at all now, but back then I liked it a lot. Yeah. Yeah, anything. Yeah, I mean, we love music. Yeah.
Okay, you toured with Beck, and you actually backed him up on stage as well. Is there anyone in music right now that you would do that for?
Yes. We would do it if Led Zeppelin reunited and needed us to help them. We would do it with David Bowie. We would do it with Bjork. I would probably do it with Cat Power. We'd probably do it with Devendra Banhart. I mean, a lot of people would not ask us, because they have their own groups or whatever. But yeah, there's endless people out there that we think, wow, they're very, they're cool. It'd be great to be under their direction and under their being hypnotized by them and see what happens. Yeah, all kinds of people.
Okay, so here is a little game that we're going to play. There are some things in Singapore that are flaming in the sense of every sense of that word. Things that you find in Singapore, and I want you to try to guess what they are. And then when you come here, maybe you can experience them yourself. Okay? So the first
you
one...
gotta give me a couple of chances of this.
Yeah,
right.
I will. So the first one is sambal belacan.
Ooh, and you're saying this is what it is, and I'm supposed to guess what it is that you're saying.
Yes, that's right. What do you think that is? What does it sound like to you? Sambal belacan.
That sounds like a very like a naked woman riding in like a convertible car, and the street is pink. That's what that is. That's
really close. It's actually chilies pounded with shrimp paste, sugar, and lime.
Oh, well, that sounds good, too. Okay, I'm into that.
It's really hot.
Not as good as mine thing, but that sounds good enough.
Okay, the second one is satay.
Did you say sake?
Satay. S-A-T-A-Y. Satay.
Okay, see, now that, to me, that does sound like food. That sounds like, like a thin slice of some kind of octopus or something, stretched out over like some colored sand, and maybe something's on fire. Yeah.
Yes, that's okay. It's not octopus, but you can get it's pieces of small slices of chicken, mutton, or beef on sticks, and they're cooked over a flaming grill.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds pretty normal. Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right. The next thing is a Merlion.
A Merlion.
Merlion. M-E-R-L-I-O-N.
Right. That, Merlion. Yeah, that sounds like some kind of souped up version of like cocaine, marijuana, Red Bull, and some vitamin water. People would call that Merlion. Yeah.
It's actually the Singapore mascot.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. It's like a half lion.
I like my version better.
I do. I like your version too. Where do I get your version? Okay. And then another thing is a waterfall. Now this is actually, okay, I know what a waterfall is, but this is actually, something that you can find in Singapore clubs.
Ooh, I see. Well, then that's obviously some sort of strange sex thing where you go in there and exotic dancers, pee on your forehead or something. That's what that would be, right?
It's actually various alcohols that are lit up as they're poured down a tower of glasses, and then you just drink it.
Oh,
you gotta have that.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, we can do the other thing too. Yeah, if we drink enough of them, the other thing will probably happen.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay, and the last thing that's flaming that you can find in Singapore is Tantric. Tantric, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe you're driving in a cab, and his engine suddenly catches on fire, and you're stuck in the back seat because the door's locked, and as the driver gets out, he's yelling, "Tantric, Tantric!" And you don't know what it is.
Tantric is actually the best gay club in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like I've learned a lot.
Yes, you have. So you got to check out all of these places if you can while you're in Singapore.
Okay. Well, now I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm
Good. I got you pumped up about Singapore.